Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, dear students, to our science class. So today is Sunday and the date is 22 of November 2020. From this picture, what do you think we are going to talk about? This is a picture of a snake. Is that right? Is it a snake? Yeah. Okay. You have to watch out. Why? Don't be beaten by that. Is it caterpillar? What type of adaptation does this caterpillar have? So now it's a caterpillar, it's not a snake? Okay, so what is adaptation? Today we are going to talk about what are physical and behavioral adaptation. What do I mean by adaptations? Who have any idea?
Me.
Yes. What's an adaptation?
It means the way they act. It depends like
Again? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
When like the animal is in the wild, it has its own ways to live in the wild. So this is what is adaptation. It's
Excellent.
the behavior of the animal.
Very good, very good. As a start, very good. It has its ways to live in the wild. Okay, what about how do they live, or how do they eat, or what do I call it? What do they use? What do they use?
They use their stuff that they have, like the snake.
Are they, what can I call it, features? They have features?
Yes.
Yes, just like what? Can you tell me, explain to me? And guys,
Like,
please, I would love to see you. Can you open your cameras? Yeah, thank you. So some animals, they have some features or characteristic they use as adaptation to their environment or to their habitat. So for example, a lion, if a lion is, what's a lion? Is it omnivore, carnivore, herbivore?
carnivore.
Carnivore, excellent. It's a carnivore because it eats only meat. Okay, if it will eat a meat, that means it has to run to catch a prey and then tear it using the claws, then eat it. So what does it need? Does it need a sharp claws?
Yes, and sharp teeth also.
Sharp teeth also. How about catching the tree? If this animal wants to catch the prey, it must be very fast. Excellent. It needs strong, long legs to do that. Is it right?
Yes. Yep.
Very good. So all these characteristic, I call it adaptations. Do you agree with me?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All these are characteristic or features. Some animals have them. Some animals have different features from these animals. Why? Each one depends on its environment. So where does a caterpillar live? We should ask for that. So what do you think a caterpillar might have to be adapted to its environment? Where does it live? This is the first question will come to your mind. Where does it live? What does it need so it can be adapted to its environment? The caterpillar lives where?
On leaves.
On leaves. Excellent, excellent. Okay, and what does it eat?
Leaves.
Leaves. Very good. So what adaptation do you think it have? To be on top of the leaf, it must be very heavy or light? Light.
Like,
Excellent.
It has
What
some
about the legs? It has to be like hooks, so it will not fall from the sleeve.
yeah.
Yes, excellent. What about the mouth? Okay, now let me ask you another question. If an animal is feeling hungry or feeling sleepy, is it adaptation or something else? Is it part of adaptation, part of having features, or it's something else? Huh, guys? Is it an adaptation to sleep? Is it an adaptation to eat?
No.
No, it's not an adaptation. Excellent. It's an instinct. We call it instinct. It's a feeling inside make you want to eat or want to sleep. Does anyone teach you how to blink or how to cry or even how to feel hungry?
No, you just do
No.
it.
So all these are instinct. If there's no one teaching you how to do it or no one tells you how to feel it, it's an instinct. It's an instinct to feel hungry or to feel thirsty or to sleep or to survive, even to survive. Nobody tells you, please survive, please don't die. No, you want to survive on your own. Why? Not only us, even animals, they want to survive because of their instinct. Okay, so today's lesson we are going to learn two words. They are adaptation and instinct. So you know all about adaptation and instinct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Today
Instincts,
we are going to
you're
learn
born
more.
with it. So
Okay,
easy.
we are going to learn more about them. Now, I want you to find the word adaptation so we can underline it together, highlight it together, please. Yes, Yatala, what is
A
adaptation?
characteristic that helps a living thing survive is called an adaptation.
Excellent, please. Highlight this part so you can study it. Very good, very good, very good. Okay. So living things have many similarities. They also have many interesting differences. Okay. Any characteristic that, that the animal have to make it survive the environment or the world around it, it is adaptation. We call this animal is adapted to the environment. Can you take the white bear, the polar bear, and make it live in the desert?
No.
No, excellent,
No, it
Mariana.
can't live
Can you
there.
Because
tell me
it's
why?
made so it can live in the cold.
Yes, excellent. It is adapted to live in the cold. It cannot live in the desert. How it's adapted to live in the cold, ya Mariana? Let's discuss about that, ya Mariana. Tell me.
By his thick fur.
Yes, it has a thick fur. Excellent. What else?
I
He
know.
knows how to hunt.
Excellent. It
For
knows
food.
how to hunt. And what does it hunt? What does it eat?
I know. I know.
I know you know, guys. I'm asking Mariana. I need to discuss with her. Okay? Turns, please. By turns. Yes, Mariana. What does it hunt? What does it eat? The polar bear. Are you here? Can you hear me,
Yeah.
Mariana? So, what does it hunt? What does it eat? Does it eat penguins or fish?
Fish.
Fish, excellent. So it needs to, can you find fishes in the desert? The food that it
No.
needs? No. So each animal is adapted to their environment. What do they need? Okay. Now look at these two rabbits. Both of them are rabbits, but the first one on the right with the big, huge ears, we call it a jackrabbit. And the tiny one, small over here and white, we call it the Arctic hare. Now, both of them lives in very different area and habitat. Yes, Tyler, tell me, what do you know about them?
The jackrabbit has long ears, so it could feel cool because it lives in the desert.
Excellent, excellent. So it needs a large, huge ears to cool it down, okay? And to keep the blood very cool, not very hot. So these ears help it to live in the hot places. What about the Arctic hare? Look at the fur. It has different color.
Fur, so it couldn't feel cold.
Yes, so it keep it warm. Also ears, it has a small ears, unlike the jackrabbit, to keep the heat inside the body. See? So prevent heat from being lost. It doesn't want the heat to go away. Excellent. So both of them are rabbits, but the fur color is different. Maybe the characteristic. All these are adaptations, okay? We call it adaptations. Now let's take a look at the ostrich over here. You have three types of ostrich. You have the ostrich, the emu, the rhea. Ostrich, rheas, and emus all live on different continents. Even though they live very far from each other, they look almost the same. Their habitat are very similar, and so they have the same similar adaptations. These birds are all adapted for what? What do? They run very fast. Ostrich are the fastest flightless bird on Earth. They can reach speed of 72 kilometers per hour and 45 minutes per hour. So what is their adaptation? What are the adaptation that they have?
That they run fast.
How? Why? Because they have what?
Because they have long
They have
legs.
long legs and strong legs.
Excellent, excellent. Also, plants can be adapted to their environment. How is that?
What?
Plants.
Oh,
all the living thing can be adapted. All the living thing.
Because they have like different things, but like they are the same species, but they have different things. Like the jackrabbit has tall ears, so it
now
could
let's talk
keep
about
it cool.
plants, how they are adapted. Now vines and trees are both plants, but they are very different from each other. What adaptation can you see in these plants, and how do you think these adaptation help them survive?
They are in
the
a
vines
forest.
and trees.
The trees are in a forest.
Okay, how they are adapted? They are very tall and long, so they can have
reach the sun.
Excellent, 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 very good. And the vines has long roots that and long stems that can deliver water minerals to the leaves. Okay? So this is how adaptation can be helpful for the animals and plants. Now, adaptation can help an animal to survive, maybe for eating food, maybe for having offspring. Now I want you to tell me how adaptation can help them how to do the function, the job. Let's see. Look at this bird. What is its adaptation? Can you read for me, Maria?
Okay. The eyes of this bird are covered with a thin transparent eyelid that keeps the eye moist when the bird flies.
So it is adapted to the environment around it and for the function that he's supposed to do. The bird's supposed to fly. If it flies long time with eye open, what will happen to it? it will dry, it will become dry, but it has a cover. Look at the covering over here. It's very small and it will open and close very fast, and it is adapted to moist the eye, so it can fly and see very well. It can do the function very well. Okay, what about the penguin? Hi Tala, read about the penguin over here.
A penguin has many adaptations that allow it to live in an icy, wet environment. A layer of bubbler under waterproof feathers keeps penguins warm. They
Warm.
also have wings warm. They also have wings shaped like flippers and webbed feet for swimming.
Excellent. So it has layer of blubber under waterproof feathers under that, so to keep it warm. What about the wings? It has flippers and webbed feet, also wings. Why? So it can help it swim. So the job or the function that a penguin needs to do to survive is to swim, to catch a fish to eat, and also it lives in the polar or the Arctic pole over there, so it's very cold and it needs to be warmed. How it's gonna be warm? With the thick feather and the blubber under the skin. Okay, so these adaptation very important for these animals to survive. Okay, to have food, to catch a prey, or even to survive the winter. Some of them, they are able to survive the hot places. So adaptations are very important. What about bisons? Yeah, Judy, can you read for me bison? What do bison have?
Bison have adaptations that allow them to live on
Prairies.
prairies. They have horns they may use for protection and fur that keeps them warm during cold winters.
Very good.
Bison also have
Wide
hooves
hooves.
wide hooves that allow them to run very quickly on grassland.
Excellent. What's a wide hooves? What are the hooves? Who can tell me? Do you know
I
what?
know.
Yes, Yatala, what are the hooves?
The hooves are the things that are under his legs.
Is it like the claws?
Yeah, but
Yes,
like,
excellent. So some animals have big claws or sharp claws, but bisons doesn't have claws, they have hooves. It's very thick and flat and a little bit stony, so it can
live in
run.
its environment.
Yes, and it can run very quickly on the grassland.
Like the horse.
Yes, exactly. Horse and camels, bisons, deers, all these animals have what? Hooves in their feet. What do we have in our hands and feet? Something similar to the hooves. What do we have? Do we have hooves? Claws?
Fingerprints.
No. Is it claws?
No. It's
What?
hands and feet.
Hands.
Okay, in our hands, what do we have in our hands? Something.
Fingerprints.
No.
Fingers.
Okay, in your
Joints.
finger, what do you have in your fingers? Claws?
Nails.
Nails, excellent. So we have nails. Some animals have hooves, some animals have claws. Okay, now let's take a look about this plant. Also, plants are adapted to their environment. The sharp spines of a cactus are actually modified leaves. The spines have a small surface area that minimize water loss. And this cactus shown has a thick stem that holds water. Now, we learned a lot about cactus since we are very young, and we learned that cactus keep water inside it, and also these spines, they keep who away? The spines keep what
The
away?
enemies.
Yes, keep enemies away. Excellent, excellent. Some animals are living to eat or to be eaten. So they need to survive. Is that right?
Yes.
If they want to
Yes.
survive, they need adaptations in their life to survive or to do that. Now, look at this animal. What is this animal? Is it an owl?
Yes.
Okay. Can you see the owl in this picture? The owl is camouflaged to look like a bark. Now, what do I mean by camouflage?
That means it has the same.
Yeah, like hides.
The fur color. It has the same color.
Excellent, excellent. To
color
blend
fur.
in with the environment. Very good, very good. So there are physical adaptation help to keep animal hidden. What are these physical adaptation? It's called camouflaged. Now, think about the green lizard. First of all, underline this with me. This is a physical adaptation. Why it's a physical adaptation? Because it's in the way it's move or the way it look like. Is that right? Is it a behavioral adaptation or a physical? Is it the way it's behave or the way it look like? Camouflaged.
It look like.
Excellent. So if it's the way it look like, it is physical adaptation. And if it's the way it's behave, it's a behavioral adaptation. Is that right? Cool?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Now, camouflaged is the way how this owl look like. When it's blend in the environment, it's camouflaged. We learned that, I think, in grade 3 or 4. And what about the lizard? Remember when the lizard hide in green grass, it will turn to green. But if it goes to something in the orange color, will it transfer to the orange color or not?
Yes.
Why? Because it needs to be hidden from the predators. So this is a camouflaged physical adaptation. It helped it to survive. Is that right?
Yeah.
What about this flower, ya Fairuz? Can you read for me this bright flower?
Yeah. The bright color of this rose attracts pollinators, but the thorns keep plant-eating animals away.
Excellent. So it has two types of adaptation, or let's say, no, not two types, two things to be adapted. First of all, the coloring. It has the coloring, the bright colors, the wonderful colors. It attracts who? Insects and pollinators. So animals or insects that can make it grow and be fertilized. It will take pollen from one place to another. It will attract the insect. Please come to me. I look very beautiful. Pollinate me. But also down here, it has what? It has thorns to keep the herbivores away from this plant to not to be eaten. It doesn't want to be eaten. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, catching flies. We have a lot of animals they can catch flies, but listen, we have some small trick here. Look at the hoverfly and the paper wasp. The paper wasp and the hoverfly, do they look the same from the outside?
Kinda.
Kind
Yeah.
of. Yes, kind of. They make animals confused. Why? Because one of them is harmless and the other one is harmful. Okay? If there are two animals or two insects pretending to be harmful while they are harmless, or the opposite, they are making a physical adaptation called mimicry. Mimicry will make animals to think twice before they eat or they hunt or they try even to touch it. How? Because one of them will look harmless while it is harmful, and it will fool the animal. Okay, when it fools the animal when it eats it, it will say, yuck, what is this? And next time when it see it, it will never attack it again. So we learned today two physical adaptations. What are they?
Behavioral adaptation and physical adaptation.
Yes, these are the types of adaptation, but a physical adaptation. In this page, we learned two adaptation about this insect and about this
Mimicry
owl.
adaptation.
Mimicry and when it's blend in with the environment. What do I
Camouflage.
Excellent, excellent. So mimicry, pretending, and camouflage, blending in. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, guys, that's it for today. We are going to complete definitely tomorrow. Please study the highlighted parts. Now, did you highlight
Okay.
with me or not?
Yes.
Very good, very good. These are the very important parts. You need to understand them very well, know the examples of them, and tomorrow we will revise about them, then complete. Okay, guys, thank you for being here with me, participating. We'll see you definitely, inshallah, tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.